Whoa, whoa! It's been a while since we built the human base. Hey Brent, how are our humans doing?
Oh hey Sergey, how's it going? How are the humans doing?
This entire city must be purged.
Not so good. Sergey, where'd you go?
Told you, my death would mean little.
Enough of that nonsense. Let's choose some buildings for our base. Oh, that looks pretty sweet. I need that one, that, and we definitely need more cigarettes. And now it's time to sculpt some minis with Fusion 360. Misha, play the good stuff.
This is the worst!
Finally, we have all the base buildings done. But am I really done? Am I just a filthy casual making the same video in purple color? An absolute normie playing games like Reforged for fun, not worthy of the legend of Warcraft 3.
Go big dick, big dick, big dick, big dick, big dick, big.
Now let me add some 3D printed skeleton skulls for the fancy details I was too dumb to sculpt.
Am I a hero? I really can't say, but yes.
Next step, fix all the buildings on some junk. Grab a grey primer and prime them all. Suddenly I realized I just made a bunch of minis and needed to paint them all alone. Fuck that. Toby from PaintQuest offered me some help to paint this pile of grey minis and I took it instantly. Now tighten your seatbelts, gentlemen, because we will paint so hard you might shit yourself.
Nice!
At this point I want to say thank you to all my Patreon supporters who make these dioramas possible, because they're quite expensive. So thanks to Jacqueline, Archie, Ted, Torfheim, Nicholas, Nima, Alan, Keegan, Enzo, Rory, Gilliman, Dylan, Floppy, Andrew, Hendrik, Ragnar, Kyle, Mora, Edwin, Martin, Narod, Kieran, Dave, Wolfman, Lynx, Zach, Ryan, Jeremy, Kleber, and a big shout out to Scott, Michael, Floppy and Sam. Now down the basement, into the workshop, grab some XPS foam and wood to start with the base. I marked the buildings to get an idea of our final layout and put them all down. Looks pretty good. Pay attention to those green clouds, these will be important later. Otherwise, there isn't much space to add trees, snow or other stuff. But who needs stupid trees anyway?
Boy.
Everything is better with LEDs. That's why we drilled some holes for all the LEDs and cables to go through. And add a battery pocket, which I messed up last time. Then I cut the foam into rock shape to get at least some kind of terrain variety. The black citadel can be glued on to the XPS properly, so I thought why not add some acrylic bases as a base and light them up from below. This is also a great point to add some PVA glue and sand to get the necessary texture we will need later while painting. Now comes the fun part. Basically, I grabbed some 9V green LEDs for the black citadel and connect them parallel to each other, as well as 9 purple 3V UV SMD LEDs, which will be connected in serial to add up to 3 clusters needing 9V each. Let me do that real quick.
My life for Nazul.
You fellas were going a little fast back there, wouldn't you say?
Oh boy, who would have thought Blizzard would put an end to our enjoyment? Anyway, how about we finish this little frame before we move up and start painting the diorama. A little bit of cutting, testing sizes, applying glue, testing again, and making a frame to put the frame into, so it stays a frame while the frame dries. Up the stairs. We are getting close now. First off, I used some sandpaper to create a gritty texture on the acrylic for a better light effect. Then I added some chopped down trees and grey stones, and I tried to get some of that precious PVA out of my tube, but damn, I might need a little head here. Thank you very much. Let's go! What you are seeing here right now is so-called crackle paint, and I'm going to use them in a way I've never done before. I put a thick layer on top of our sanded acrylic base and use a hairdryer to speed up the drying process, which results in big cracks opening up.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
To get a little more texture variety on our base, I also applied a bunch of crackle paint all over the place and added more skulls and greystones, which I then continued to paint. Remember the green clouds? A simple glaze of our heavy dry brushed white spots will do the trick. Then I loaded the static grass applicator with some dark grass, applied some PVA on the base, spread the grass all over the place and added some more tufts and dead bushes. Our frame should have been dry till now. So I got him and primed him black. Put our diorama in and sealed the deal with a new metallic plate, named after the undead campaign Path of the Damned.
Perfection.
Since there aren't many miniatures in the original Warcraft 3 style available, I decided to make them myself with Blender. I've never used Blender before, so I watched an excellent beginner tutorial from Pixel 3D for 2 days first. Basically, it comes down to this. While in Fusion 360 you mostly create volumes and remove them, in Blender you add a picture of something you want to sculpt, place your geometric shape and start to transform it by moving its shape. It doesn't sound too complicated. I got this. Oh boy, that was easy. Let me just check for errors in my mesh. Fuck.
You think you do, but you don't.
Because I had no idea what I was doing, I made a bunch of errors that would lead to a failed print, so I spent another full day fixing those. My second mistake wasn't that obvious though. I took a test print to teach me a valuable lesson in designing miniatures. See, I designed this mini in true scale, but printed it very small, so a lot of details got lost and impossible to paint. That's why I needed to increase the size of some parts of the model. This is called a hero scale. Looks fine on small minis, doesn't work if you print him in big size. Alright, looks fine now. Let's move on to the next mini. Looks more like RuneScape Arthurs, but maybe we can fix that with a good paint job. Now let's get these bad boys printed and painted. Alright gentlemen, it's time for our last paint job. Time to summon our base. By professionals, of course.
My life for Ner'zhul. I wish only to serve. Thy bidding, Master. Where shall my blood be spilled? I bow to your will. Yes, Master. I gladly obey.
And now, tell me,
Which base should we build next?